Three, two, one, and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela with another Be Fabulous You February live conversation, exploration, continuation of the exploration of the Be Fabulous You list thingy. What is it? Oh, playlist. And today's topic is determination, which for me is connected with resiliency and the ability to start again this, restartability, staying focused. So anyway, it's determination. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for being one of my first 1,000 subscribers. We surely appreciate it. Over here on channel Be Fabulous You, all of the Fabulites are fabulous and wonderful. And if you are not a subscriber, consider subscribing. These are not designed to be long conversations, just an exploration and to sort of keep ourselves focused on certain things that are productive. So determination, I guess I kept thinking, I'm curious, and I'm curious to know what people do when they feel discouraged. I know we were talking, I don't know which show we were live on, but someone was kind of exploring this feeling of YouTube kind of, just one thing after another, it feels sometimes like it's just against the small channels. And how do you stay determined? How do you, how do you stay encouraged? How do you not give up? So I guess it just kind of had me thinking about what are can you think of times in your life? Oh, I can think of, okay, so this is a situation where I did give up, and I want to talk about this because it stays with me and it kind of haunts me in a way. And it was really like kind of a critical moment for me. So I used to run youth programs in New York. And one summer I ran a program for some kids, some young people I kind of feel like we were in Brooklyn, and I don't think they were in Fort Greene. I can't remember what community they were in, but Fort Greene, not Park Slope, Fort Greene, I can't remember what community the children came from, but it was not like a well-to-do community. There were quite a few immigrant children. In my youth programs, or in a lot of the work that I do, whether it's youth programs or not, but I certainly took it into my youth program, something that I got from my work with the Black Women's Health Project and Reevaluation Co-Counseling. So we would always start with what's new and good. And we would circle up, everybody hold hands. Okay, go around the circle and say what's good. And for the most part in the work that I did, we had like a thing where like if I spoke, I got to choose who spoke next. And then, one mic, when we were circled up holding hands, we couldn't throw the mic, but we'd have a ball of tinfoil in some context, particularly when we were facilitating with a new group and you'd kind of throw the ball to whomever had the mic. I got the mic, one mic. So, we'd circle up in the morning and, you'd have some kid, I'm not holding hands, or I'm not holding hands, that's gay. And so, they'd link arms or whatever, and we'd say what's new and good. And always with kind of the out, if you couldn't think of something new or good, or, sometimes you have a lot going on and it's just really kind of hard to, think of something new and good that I just inhaled, and that's a new breath, and that's good. And then we would end with, what are we looking forward to? And so with this particular group, I had done it with, group after group after group. It was like my thing. It's what I did. But for some reason, with this particular group, I was just having a really difficult time building rapport. And it's sort of like I was kind of used to resistance because I worked with adolescents, and that's what teenagers do. They resist. resist. And so with this particular group, I was used to working with adolescents, and so I know, on day one you're gonna have some grumbles. On day two you're gonna have some grumbles, a little less, and and eventually they just go along with the program. Anyway, it seemed like we were like in week 18 and it was still grumble and fussing and every day. So I just stopped doing it. And I was also in the habit with my programs of at the end of a program, I would touch base with all of the young people, sort of like an exit interview type thing. And one-on-one, just each of the young people. And at the end of that program, I feel like if it was 20 kids in that program, 18 of them were like, Miss. That's what they used to call me, Miss. That's how I got in the habit of calling people Miss. And people, like, over the years, that's just been so offensive to people. They're like, don't call me Miss So-and-so. I'm not that old. Or, and it's just like, I felt like they were giving me respect and I was giving them respect back. And I thought it was funny and it just kind of stuck. But anyway, Miss, why did you stop doing new and good, Miss? And it was like, child after child after child after child after child. Again, if it was 20, it was a good, 16, 18 of them, 15, 18 of them who asked me that same question. And the other ones probably had the question and didn't ask it or didn't talk about it. And after the fact, I kind of realized that part of their job as adolescents is to complain, and especially in a group context, you get a certain, if it's a certain thing that's like in style in a group, everybody gonna do it. So if complaining is in style, then they gonna complain, and it's a certain thing when you're working with teens, and that was their job to complain and to, bitch and moan and, resist and protest and, I can't stand doing this. But it was my job, I realized after the fact, and I learned sort of moving forward to continue to do and stick to the things, to be determined to do the things for them that I felt were in their best interest or that I knew were in their best interest. That I was there as a youth development specialist to specialize in developing the young people, not to cater to them, to help them to develop and grow and get stronger and better. And so, that just kind of like when I look back on that situation, I didn't know when I stopped doing it that I didn't think about it like that. And so I didn't think about it like, I gave up on them. But when I look back on it, I'm like, wow, I kind of let them children beat me down and wear me out. And they didn't really beat me down and wear me out. Even they saw it was for their own good. Even though they couldn't say that in a group, they said it individually again and 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 again at the end. But we had already kind of broken the pattern. And, it might have been like a 4-week program or 6 week, 6, 8. I don't remember how long it was. But, I feel like we missed out on some opportunity for them. And so one of the things that's really important to me with determination is having clarity about if I'm determined to do something, why? What is my why? Why am I determined to do it? What is this something that's important to me? And why is this important? What is this thing and why? Why? And if it's something that's viable and valid, then, that's what keeps me going when I feel like stopping. So in the example of the young people, when, they were resisting, I felt like it was important for us, one, because so many of us have very little physical contact, very little positive physical contact, very little non-sexual physical contact. So I feel like it's so important to have, even if it's just that minute, those physical contacts that are healthy and wholesome and loving. And there's just like there was some reasons why the program works, why I design programs in that way. And so, I need to keep my why at the front of my mind. So that's one thing. And when things get tough and when people are, when people on the outside, hi, welcome in. When the people on the outside are complaining or criticizing, hey girl, hey, we talking about determination. When the people, thank you for the like. My Twisted Life with Poetry, go on over to her channel and like it if you watch it on the replay. Like it, subscribe, watch some videos, all of that other good stuff. When the people on the outside are, not supportive or are critical, how do that why is what helps you to stay focused on what you're doing. And then I guess focus is kind of part of that too. Like, you know, knowing what your why is and keeping that why in the forefront of your mind, in terms of staying determined. So are you reading your affirmations every day? Are you looking at your goal morning, afternoon, evening? Are you clear and staying clear and refreshing your clarity about what it is that you're determined to do and why? So, you know, that was something that, you know, I kind of let the voices on the outside sway the work that I knew that I was supposed to be doing. And, you know, I'm not beating myself up about it. I did the best I could. I thought I was making the right decision at the time. You know, looking back on it, I have a whole different take on it. And I don't know. So, I think though that's all I kind of have on determination off the top of my head. I just gave an example of a situation where I kind of gave up and I wish that I had not given up. And just, you know, how do we stay in, how ain't that the truth? We let the outside folks sway us at times. Yeah. Yeah, so how do we stay encouraged? How do we stay, you know, and I think particularly, you know, as Black folks, you know, and I think that's why I'm a little bit distracted with this subject, but I think sometimes it feels like it's just thing after thing after thing after thing that, you know, tears us down, tears us down, tears us down, tears us down. And how do you stay, you know, how do you stay encouraged? How do you keep rebuilding? How do you keep restarting? How do you keep, you know, going? How do you keep, it may be the book, The Underground Railroad, that had me feeling a certain way. Yeah. So how do you stay determined? How do you stay determined? I think that art and poetry is really, really important. You know, people are really excited about Black Panther coming out. But I think having visions of alternatives and, you know, I think that art feeds us. I remember when I was involved with the labor union, they had an art gallery called Bread and Roses, and it was based on a poem. I don't know, you know, they didn't originally come up with Bread and Roses, but I love that concept. Like, not only are we fighting as a union for bread, but we're fighting for roses. Like, you know, that, you know, bread feeds your body, but we got to feed our souls. We got to keep ourselves encouraged and determined and focused. And when we get off track, when we get distracted, when we let people on the outside or things on the outside, or sometimes it's stuff on the inside, you know, sway us from, you know, what we know that God put us here to do. How do we get back on track? How do we, you know, refocus and stay redetermined? So, or, you know, I don't know if that's even a word, stay redetermined. Redetermination. So, yeah, I don't know. And then I guess another thing in this, the video that I listened to this morning on determination, James Oppenheim poem, Bread and Roses. I'll have to look that up. Another thing is that, you know, sometimes you're like, you know, I'm determined to do this thing. And some days you just feeling like, you know, maybe today I'm like a little low energy. And even on those days, how can you do something toward your goal? How can you do something to keep you moving in the direction that you know God assigned you to be moving in? How do you stay, you know, so, you know, maybe you get up and you're like, I'm writing, you know, 80 pages today. Maybe you can't write 80 pages today. Maybe you can write 8 pages today. Maybe you can write, you know, 8 sentences today. Maybe you can write for, you know, 8 minutes today. Maybe you can write for 8 seconds today. But, you know, consciously, I think part of determination is consciously, you know, like, is it Martin Luther King? Here's another thing. I don't know. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. You know, like, if you can't crawl, just look at the direction that you try to go, you know, like, you know, and every day, you know, point your head in that direction and try to move your body, your spirit, your soul, your energy, your intention in that direction. But that's it. That's what I got. I'm about to do Making a Model. I don't know what happened. I think that they dropped the series or whatever, because I just stumbled upon this morning 4 episodes, and we were supposed to be at episode 5 on whatever day it was supposed to come on, and I couldn't find it. And then this morning I just found 4 episodes. So I think Lifetime was like, okay, it's a wrap. Let's just, and I don't know. I couldn't find anything on their website. So I watched it because I'm like, I don't even know if I'll be able to find it again. And I did watch Black Lightning last night. So that's what I got. What are you determined to do? How is that? I see your poetry. I see your vision board, your poster behind you. Sometimes when you're live, or the last time I was watching you, you know, what are what are our goals for this year? If you feel like sharing them in the comments section, if you're watching this on replay, what are your goals for the year, for the day, for the week, for the month, for the quarter, for the decade, for your lifetime? What are you determined to do? What are you focused on? And how can you, listen to the other video, because we talk about getting support systems for it, and just kind of, we got to keep moving forward. So that's what I got. Stay determined, stay encouraged, stay focused. I'm trying to get back healthy. I'm focusing on being my own boss. Yes, I hear that. And I guess in terms of I don't know what your thing is with health, poetry. Hey, whoever joined us on the line. But one of the things that we talked about this yesterday is I feel like it's small things, and it's small things repeated again and again. And it's again, the willingness to, if I can't do, maybe I could just drink a cup of water. Maybe that's the best I can do. This point me in the direction of being healthier. Maybe I can drink a cup of water and eat an apple. It happens day by day, moment by moment, choice by choice, and every good choice that you can make is a drop in the good bucket. So, yeah, that's what you're determined to do this year. So, every day, hey, the beast within fitness. I like that. The beast within. Yeah, you probably have some good tips on, staying determined. Girl, yes, my determination to actually work out has depleted, so I'm working day by day to get that back together. Yeah. When there's some lady called Fly Lady. I used to be really involved with her, but I remember when I first got back in the habit of walking, she was like, well, walk for, you can do anything for 15 minutes at a time. And I was kind of like, hey, welcome on. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. And it was kind of like, at that time I wasn't walking, and it was kind of like, well, I set my timer on my phone for 15 minutes. So I'm like, that's 8 minutes out, 7.5 minutes out, 7.5 minutes. Hey, Phone Jones. Plus I'm going to start working out on YouTube with the Beast Within Fitness. What up, SG? I don't know what SG is, but yes. Hey, small baby steps, big things, whatever you can do something every day. Toward that, and consciously do something every day toward that. So I keep trying to get off of this, because I am going to do these other I got some other stuff to do on YouTube today. So stay determined. Let's share. SG is Shady Grady, my hubby. Oh, my hubby, the hubster, the husband man, Shady Grady. Okay. I thank y'all for getting on, for the support. It's easy when you start slow. Yes. What do they say? Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Mile by mile. It's like, wow. I'm just joking. But anyway, yeah. I don't know if it's easy when you start slow, but, yeah, start someplace. Start someplace, and if you stop, start again. And if something happens, start again. Don't trip. Just start again. Just restart. Just keep restarting. Stay focused. Do the damn thing. I just need to start shit. I just need to start stuff. Well, you are. And sometimes I even think that just, talking about it and setting your intention is really, really important. Because if you don't take care of yourself, who will? I don't know. I don't see nobody lined up around here volunteering to take care of me. If we don't take care of each other, who will? That's right. If we don't take care of ourselves, who will? And it's so important, and it's the foundation. Oh, thank you, girl. It's a wrap skirt. I'm not going to read your comment, but you heard what I said. Okay. So, yeah, that's what we got. Determination. We had Phone Jones on the line. If you're not subscribed to her, go on over to her page, check it out and subscribe. And we also had, is it the Beast Within Fitness on the line? So if you're not subscribed to his page, go ahead and check it out. I don't know if you do other Beast Within Fitness, if you do work out with people on the line, but that might be the Beast Within Fitness. Yeah, so, go check him out, see what he has to offer. And that's it, y'all. Today is the best day ever. And you know what you got to do today. After you like, comment, subscribe, and share, because y'all didn't have to pay nothing to come in here. But, I take payment and like, comment, subscribe, share. We're working on 1,000 new subscribers total. So if you're not a charter subscriber, go on and subscribe. Thank you. We're working on 1,000. But after you do all of those things, like, comment, subscribe, share, you know what you got to do, right? Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous, you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous, you. Be you. Be fabulous. Peace, y'all. Be fab.